Happy fall, everybody. And this is the start of the Exit Lever Business Series. So we wanted to create this series to help all of you guys avoid making the mistakes most common in the transaction process when you're buying or selling a business. Last year we released our book on it. It's very helpful. You can find it on Amazon. It's a great read, quick, easy, and it lays it all out for you. But we also know that the majority of adults, after leaving high school, never read another book in their life. So we're putting together this video series for it to help you all out. Now, let me be blunt. The market statistics say only 1 in 5 businesses that go for sale by owner will ever successfully sell. And the stats for transitioning a business with a good business brokerage go all the way up to almost 1 in 2, with an average somewhere in the 1 to 3 range. So your choice of a broker and how they handle the process is critical to your success, because when you talk about averages, you got the low ones to balance out the high ones, and that's how you come up with the average. So let's go over the mistakes one at a time and what can be done about them, because if you're going to be a statistic, you can at least be the right one. Now the first one is don't marry on the first date, and we're going to go over that in some detail here. See, everything has a process, an order which, if followed, gets you from point A to point B in a smooth, painless manner. When you don't follow the process, you leave things to chance. You wing it and you hope for the best. And when it comes to selling your business, this can be an expensive risk. And if you go out of order on the process, you can be about as successful as asking someone out on the first date and asking them to marry you. Even if they say yes, that's usually a sign of problems down the road. You don't have the luxury from learning from experience when it comes to selling your business. Most people never do it more than once, and when the average mistake can cost you $135,000 and 6 months of your life, that experience gets expensive really quick. So let's talk about a real life example, and then I'll lay out kind of the basic framework for you, and we'll call this a video. So we had a construction services company listed a while back, several years, and it's a really solid company, been around a long time, made good money, and we had some buyers come interested into it. Now, they were first-time buyers, and our job is to help them through the process. Well, see, the process flows in a certain order, and if you don't follow the order, you lose tons of time, mistakes can happen, you can breach confidentiality, there can be legal issues. So these buyers, they came in and we gave them the standard financials, we walked them through, showed them the equipment, and then asked them, hey, what are the questions you have? And the first question I got was, we need 5 more years of tax returns. So, we provided that for them. And then they come back and they ask us, well, we weren't quite sure, we want to see, how they did during the downturn in '08. Now, bear in mind, it's 2019, and this was going on in 2017, so '08 was 9 years ago. So we got those to them. It took a little bit of effort, but we got them the tax returns all the way back to '08, and then they asked for 3 more years. So now we're providing tax returns going back more than a decade, and profit and losses, and equipment lists, and the questions keep coming. And then they start hitting us with the weird ones. We want the client list. Well, I hate to break it to you guys, but client lists are confidential and you will almost never get them, especially if there's not an offer on the table. See, your client list will be like A, B, C, D, E, and here's what they made, and da-da-da-da. But to actually get the physical, accurate names of the clients is confidential information, and it doesn't happen. So after we turned them down on that one, we did provide them with one where it was kind of all broken down. And then they went and talked to their bank. And the bank looked at them and said, well, you want us to give you a loan, but you don't have an amount. You don't have an agreement. You don't have terms. We can't give you a loan. See, so they're jumping all over the place on this and not getting anywhere. And in the meantime, we're 6 months into it. 6 months of providing information. And that's where it gets kind of in the weeds. They come to us, start asking for, hey, we want a weekly breakdown of the employees' hours in a log format. And we finally started saying no. The seller finally decided after 6 months of jumping through hoops and spending time, wasting time at this point, that he was done with them. He wasn't having no more. So he told him take a hike and let us focus on finding him a better buyer. This company did sell for full asking price to a buyer that followed the process. They went through A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, J, and they went through the process. And it sold smoothly. See, follow the process. And we'll get into real high detail on this. But, let me framework this for you. The standard process for a buyer: go search the internet, go find businesses you want, find a business for sale. Reach out to the seller, whether that's a broker or the seller himself, and sign an NDA. Because that's the only way you're going to get any information from most people, because we have to protect the business's confidentiality. At which point they'll give you a summary, and they'll give you financials. You look at it. So, after that, if you're still interested, go do a business walkthrough. You do a meet and greet with the owner and the broker. You do a walk through the business. Make sure it's something you want. If you like it, fantastic. Now we're going to make an offer on it. You don't? Go back to step one. Find another. Repeat the process. But let's assume you like it. Now you're going to make an offer. See, when you make the offer, you want to write in contingencies to cover everything you're worried about, because the offer locks down the deal. Now you don't have any competition. So you make your offer, you write in your contingencies, the broker takes it to the seller. If the seller says, yes, fantastic, we're going to move forward. If you and the seller can't come to terms on it, go back to step one, start over. So you came to an agreement. Now you take the offer to the bank. It's got the terms laid out, the amount you're going to pay, any owner financing, any contingencies. You take it to the bank and you let them get you your loan. See, this is the point where the bank can step in and they will do their job here. They can't do it prior to this because you don't have an offer that lays out the legal framework of the payments, the loan. So go apply for your loan. From that point to closing, now you go through and you solve every contingency that concerned you. If you can't solve the contingency, you no longer have to buy the business. So contingencies are critical, and we'll lay that out later. Once you've done all that, you go to closing. This is celebration day. This is going to be your business today. Money changes hands, everybody's happy, everybody's been paid. Now the real work starts. This is now your business. You're going into the transition phase. If you negotiated it the right way, if you bought a business that's a good fit for you, now the seller is going to help you transition into this business for the set training time that you guys agreed upon. It's that easy. See, the biggest problem we run into is a buyer gets lost in the weeds on questions, on finances, on wanting to review decades of information. If it's a concern, write it in as a contingency, because the contingency still allows you to cancel the offer. When you get stuck in the weeds, whether you're the buyer or the seller, you will, 9 times out of 10, kill a deal, because the longer it sits, the longer people have to think themselves out of a smart choice. So, this is video 1. I'll make another one. It'll be released next week. We'll go into the buyer side of it, of, don't marry on the first date. I'll make a third one on the seller side of it, and that should get us pretty much all the way through basically the first chapter of the book. So, I hope my ramblings entertained all of you, and I look forward to talking to you again.